This is an 8x8 by 3-inch Padauk bowl blank, and I'm going to make a square bowl or winged bowl. First I made sure it was perfectly square, and then I found the center on each side. Here I'm just giving a closer look of what a pull cut is and how the gouge is used on the piece. Some different angles, close-ups. Not very much pressure. Slow, deliberate movement. And most of this video is shown at 5 times normal speed. So it doesn't necessarily look like I'm going slow and deliberate, but I am. I didn't record the transition from between centers to faceplates, but you'll see the faceplate later on in the video, not too far ahead. We're spinning at about 1100 RPMs. So when I'm cutting the wings of this bowl, it's working on a blur, which is kind of fun. Here I'm cutting out the mortise. This is for reverse mounting this bowl onto the 4-jaw chuck. My habit is to mount this in expansion mode on the chuck, where the jaws of the chuck are pressing outward onto the mortise walls. And here's that faceplate I mentioned earlier. The reason I'm moving so much here is because I support the gouge by pressing the handle of the gouge against my side as much as possible while I'm working the piece. And here I've switched from my 3/4 inch bowl gouge to a heavy round nose scraper. The RPMs are up a little bit for the scraper at about 1500. And I'll switch back to the bowl gouge to soften up those corners. I took it off the lathe to do the sanding because when you're dealing with winged pieces, when you sand on the lathe, the edge that hits your sandpaper first usually gets worn down quicker than the edge away from the paper, if that makes sense. So for a more even sanding and to round off and soften all the edges, I went with the hand sander. And this walnut oil really makes that grain pop. Padauk is just beautiful wood. Really super dusty. My shop is orange right now. I'm happy with the way this turned out. The grain is really nice. A lot of movement. A lot of fire in there. Real pretty. And I know some of you are thinking it'd look better with M&Ms. Well, stick around to the end. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. If you like it, hit the like button. Be sure to subscribe. Give it a share. Help my channel grow. I'd really appreciate it. Semper Fi.